I recently told you how you can take a small basil plant about this size and turn it into a large bush like those right there. The thing is, when you have a basil plant this size, you're going to need to know what to do with it. So I'm going to give you 4 or 5 ideas that you can do with your basil. Now, one of the first things you can do is take some of that basil that you chop off like this right here, throw it in a glass of water like this, and from that basil cutting, you get this. Make sure the leaves are not in the water, but that the stem, which you chopped off, is, and within about a week to 10 days, you will have a new basil cutting that you can sow directly into your soil. Now, another awesome thing you can do is turn it into some pesto. This full pesto recipe is in the caption. Another thing you can do, which I'm about to do actually myself, is take all of that wonderful basil. You can either dehydrate it, you can air dry it, or what I'm about to do, I'm about to place them in our freeze dryer from Blue Alpine and freeze dry these, and then I will be able to grind them up and have my own basil powder. Just go like this and just keep running it through your fingers, and just like that we have some delicious basil powder. And the third or maybe fourth, whatever option we're on right now, you can take that basil, some garlic, and I also have some rosemary in our garden. I'm going to chop it up and I'll show you here in a second. You could do this in a bowl however you want, get it all mixed together, and then take a stick or so of butter. Mix the herbs into the butter, and then once it's combined and looks like this, fold it up, and you have yourself your very own delicious herb compound butter with a whole bunch of that basil used in here. And lastly, another option you can do with it is just take some basil, a good amount, chop it up roughly, throw it into a glass container, fill that container up with olive oil, snap a lid on it, throw it in the fridge for about a week, and you will have some delicious basil-infused olive oil that you can use for cooking. Just keep in mind, after that week, you can filter this oil so you can get all of these basil cuttings out of there. Then the oil will keep basically indefinitely. If you want to keep the basil in there because it is a fresh herb, it's going to need to be used pretty quickly because this oil will not preserve it indefinitely. And the last thing definitely worth mentioning, because it's probably the easiest thing you can do, is take all that basil, throw it in a jar, and then whenever you need it, all you have to do is reach in, grab some out, chop it up. It does turn colors a little bit, and it does get kind of like soggy, but it still tastes delicious. And as long as you don't need it to look amazing, like for a garnish or something like that, you're not really missing out on anything when you just throw it into the freezer immediately. Then, when you've used what you need to use, throw the lid back on, grab one of these little guys, hit the button, and roughly a minute later, it sucked all the air out of this jar right here. And then you just screw this down, throw it in the freezer until you need it again.